Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. I don't know how you're all doing, but I am doing very well here. We are going to be playing a point and click retro style game tonight, an English Haunting. Um, I don't know how everyone else is. I had a very good Thanksgiving, except for the fact that the Jays got blown out in a playoff game by the Mariners, which is a common occurrence, I guess, in the playoffs, where we're just destined not to beat the fucking Mariners. It seems. Anyway, yes, I will get that "My Name Jeff" sound in there as soon as we can. But we're gonna play an English Haunting. And we got the old retro PC for this one. Ready to go. Right here. I think that's the appropriate. This is appropriate for it. Do I have to alt tab out when I need to talk here? Oh, I might. Damn. Hold on a minute. Okay. We got this. There's going to be a lot of talking in here. Definitely in English. We're not going to do wind. We're going to start the game, and we will go right from there. So I don't know much about this, but here we are. London, 1907. And I put in a little filter just to give it that look. Thus, with this method, we can determine the time of death within a margin of error of 2 hours. You should ask, Cooper. Me? Why not you? Hughes? Cooper? It would be interesting if you'd share your doubts with the class. Look what you achieved. Bah! Coward! Professor Moore. Is it true that you and Professor Ward are dedicated to hunting ghosts? My, you have been badly misinformed. We are devoted to studying them, not to hunting them. Oh, what? That's nonsense. Ghosts don't exist. Do you have any conclusive evidence that can substantiate that statement, Mr. Cooper? They're a myth. An invention of mankind to scare those of weak mind. Those of weak mind, eh? All right. Let's see. How many of you believe in God? You can raise your hands. All of you. Well, perhaps you should be studying theology and not forensic medicine. You can lower your hands. I suppose you think the mere belief in him confirms his existence. Is there any supporting evidence? Any photographs? Have any of you seen him taking a stroll in Hyde Park? Has anyone talked to him? The Pope? Okay, let's set that witness aside for the moment. No one in history has been able to prove it. The only proof we have is faith, and that regrettably won't do. Look, gentlemen. Neither I nor Professor Ward asserts that ghosts exist. We're cautious with regard to that matter, even if we have reliable witnesses, and there are a large number of cases. Are those arguments enough to accept this as a fact? No. We would be falling into the same trap you fell into with respect to God. We investigate these claims with the best tools science has provided us. That is the scientific method. A method I advise you to use before compulsively raising your hands to defend your beliefs. I don't think my father would agree with all this blasphemy. Your father agrees with the idea that students from poorer classes should never be allowed into a university, as well as agreeing to use child labor in his factories. So with due respect, Mr. Turner, you can take your father's opinion and come in. I'm sorry to interrupt, Patrick. It's quite all right. What do you need? Look, the Dean wants to see you. Can't it wait? The lecture is almost over. It's a delicate matter, Patrick. Is it about Rose? No, it has nothing to do with Rose. What a relief. I was starting to worry. Talk to him, would you? I'll take care of the lecture. What were you teaching? The scientific method. Apparently, these gentlemen don't get it yet. Very well. Well, gentlemen, the scientific method. One moment. What? Okay, F1 for instructions. Dogai, what's up? Good to see you. We haven't done a point-and-click game in a while, but we're going to do this, and I wanted to put a horror game on in here, for sure. So there we go. Place the cursor at the upper edge of the screen to select an object and use it with the eye for a description. A selection of the many championship sports trophies the university has won. I can see the polo trophy we won against Harvard in '84. I also remember that cup. We won it for cricket against Middlesex. Remember, this is 1907, so 1884 is obviously referring to that point. Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee? Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was admiring the trophies. Did you know the university won the Greco-Roman Wrestling Championship in '89? I did not. We haven't won since. Such a pity. Have a nice day, Mr. Lee. You too, Professor Moore. All right. What's in this door here? Oh, this must be the dean. Ah, Professor Moore. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dean Carter. Rector Williams, a pleasure. Good afternoon, Professor Moore. You can get a chair from the back, and it won't be necessary. This meeting will be brief. Explain the facts, Dean Carter. Look, This week, the university received a generous donation for the Metaphysic Investigations program run by you and Professor Ward. £5,000. 5? That's amazing. It would be if not for a terrible event. All that money has disappeared from the Bank of England. What? We've demanded an explanation. They've confirmed the money was withdrawn yesterday by your colleague. What? We wanted to speak with Professor Ward, but he didn't appear today for his lectures. Let's try to remain calm, gentlemen. The professor might simply be... We've been trying to locate him all day. He's vanished. He's run off with the money. It's an unprecedented scandal. Okay. Are you sure it was Professor? Why would he do that? Why would he do it? That's exactly what we're wondering. Who donated the money? We only know it was a group of intellectuals from London society. Nothing else. It appears they had no intention of making it public. And given the circumstances, they'd prefer to keep it that way. Are you sure it was Professor Ward? Someone could have impersonated him. There are witnesses. And the signature with which the money was withdrawn is undoubtedly his. Lest we forget, his whereabouts are unknown. We believe in presumption of innocence and respect it, but in this case... I'm sorry, Professor Moore. This is the unvarnished truth. How could he withdraw the money? He's just a teacher. He shouldn't be authorized. One time he combined his teaching job with the position of deputy treasurer. That was years ago. He resigned. Nevertheless, he was still registered at the Bank of London. We suspect he took advantage of that to commit this... crime. Get to the point, Dean Carter. Yes. I'm sorry to tell you that as a result of this matter, the board is considering eliminating your Metaphysic Investigations Department. Metapsychic Alright. But it can't be. It is. My predecessor authorized this department because of the immaculate career of Professor Ward. Sir Archibald Ellsworth would roll over in his grave if he knew of this infamy. Surely you didn't presume to hope we'd keep this nonsense going after what happened, did you? I understand this discomfort with Professor Ward, but I'm a part of the department too. It isn't fair that I should be blamed for acts of which I'm not responsible. We know, Patrick, but... Patrick? You mean Professor Moore? I'm giving Hamner another chance now, yes. And I would beseech you not to challenge the board. However, as a courtesy to you, we wish your exit from the department to be as... Stop with this rubbish, Dean Carter. You have 72 hours to prove that your ghosts exist. If you don't present us with material proof by that deadline, forget about your department. 72 hours? It's not time enough to prove what no one has ever proven throughout the entire history of mankind. That is your problem. And express your thanks to Dean Carter. He's the one who proposed it. If it were up to me, I would brick up that circus right now with my own hands. Damn it! We're the laughingstock of every university in the United Kingdom. Let them laugh all they want, Vice-Chancellor Williams. They only display their ignorance. Do you want some advice? Forget about those ghost fantasies and focus on your work as a teacher. You're the best teacher of forensic medicine in all of London. Focus on your work, for God's sake. This is a serious institution. So, superstition has no place here, and neither do your progressive ideas. Are you aware that we have received complaints from some student fathers because of your radical ideas? What's wrong with being a progressive? Isn't it part of the university motto? Knowledge, improvement, progress? Don't be a wise ass with me. And remember who you're talking to. Oh boy. 72 hours, Professor Moore. Prepare yourself to say goodbye to a fantasy that never had any place in an institution as respectable as this one. Well, I guess we're gonna have to prove the existence of ghosts. 72 hours. 72 hours, Henry. It's humiliating. Why didn't they just close the department immediately? I have more bad news to tell you. Really? There's more. Your department has been sealed. You won't be able to use any of the resources inside. Damn it, Henry! Couldn't you... I can't. If someone sees you there, they'll know it was me who conceded. That would put me in an awkward situation. The board is treating this matter very seriously. I don't want my position to be jeopardized. I beg you to understand. Yes, I do. I didn't mean to put you in a predicament. I'm sorry. I know the search for the great beyond is your life, but I'm sure adversity will stretch your intellect even further. I don't know how, but try to find proof, please. If it's strong enough, I'll show it to the board and they'll be forced to keep the department open. Oh, God. What kind of proof do you need to show the board? The tangible kind, of course. Something so conclusive that it would convince the ignoramuses on the board to reconsider their beliefs. Time is of the essence. Good luck, Patrick. Jewel of the Seven Stars by Bram Stoker. The Great God Pan by Arthur Machen. In a Glass Darkly by Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu. Williams would be angry if he saw you devoted time to these readings while working. Are these books? I just received an order from that new library near the London Archaeological Society. Do you know it? No. You should see for yourself. There are some genuine jewels. I'll do that. I don't know if there much here, but we gotta go prove some ghosts. That's our goal. I won't be able to prove the great beyond exists in such a short time without the professor's help. I need to find him. Maybe I can discover something that will help me find him at his home on Dorset Street. What was that? Set forth on an adventure? Maybe that was an achievement. Mr. Price. Professor Moore. Studying? Yes. Well, no. I'm reading a treatise on medieval churches. Hey, Dark Lord, good to see you. And DWX, welcome in as well. And Dogai and Frostless. Or Jamie. I'm now familiar with the extreme limits. Okay. Mr. James, he's a national treasure. So I guess we'll leave out here. I don't know if there's anything else to do. We're gonna go to Dorset Street. Wow. This is creepy. That's it. Room number 4. So you're a friend of Professor Ward? I'm sorry, I couldn't do that accent properly. Exactly. And he's gone, sadly. And why do you want to inspect his room? Are you from Scotland Yard? No, I'm a professor such as he. I only want to have a look to see if there's anything that might enlighten me to his whereabouts. Ah, that makes sense. When was the last time you saw him? I know he went out last evening. I was in bed, but I heard his footsteps on the stairs. You haven't seen him then? No, sir. Did you notice anything strange about him? Of course I noticed, but not only yesterday, always. He's a right peculiar bloke. Oh, very polite. I wish the rest of my tenants were as courteous as him. Why is the corridor so dark? The electric company talked me into installing this new light system in the house. What they didn't tell me is that the price would double compared to gaslight. That's progress, you know? Progress for the usual suspects, those in power. I told the tenants not to use the corridor light unless they want me bills to start affecting the rent. It's curious that he lived here. I mean, his salary was high enough to afford him a better place than this. A bloomin' novel? Is that what you meant? I don't mean to offend you, Miss Dawson. No, you're right, it's a bleeding hovel. And it's the classiest hovel in all the East End, and with the biggest rooms for 4 blocks. Would you do me the kindness of lending me the key to the room? I don't have it. What? Professor Ward was a bit forgetful. He asked me for my spare key in case he lost his. Wouldn't be the first time that happened. So he's got 2 keys. And me none, that's it. How can I get into his room? You can wait for the locksmith to come tomorrow. I'm afraid I don't have that much time. Or you can try to open it yourself somehow. I won't object. Just try not to break it. I'll be downstairs if you need me. I know that was kind of a rough way to do that, but you gotta do something here. The lamp is off. Can we put the switch on here? Thank you. One moment. There's something inside the lamp. I can't reach it. Okay, we're gonna need something to get this lamp. Room number 4. Professor Ward lived here. There's nothing inside the vent. Daisies. Rules of the house. The rent is paid the first day of each month. Is that it? It's the only rule? Not Professor Ward's room. We need an item to get whatever's in that lamp. But I'm sure we can find it at the university somewhere. Because I don't think we're going to be getting anywhere with that. I think we can find something. But what? was a gift from Raymond Baxter, former pupil and famous sculptor. It represents a certain Celt deity celebrating the winter solstice. The board has threatened to retire this pagan figure several times to the pupils' dismay. Every 21st of December, they fill the statue's bowl with whiskey and parade in front of it, paying their respects. What about the glass? Books? What about Lewis? Frank? Bad news, right? Worse. The board is threatening to close down the Metapsychic Investigations Department if I don't present irrefutable proof within 72 hours. Proof of what? Of the existence of the great beyond. Damn idiots. That's an impossible time frame. How dare they? That despicable Williams will end up getting what he wants. Have you seen any ghosts lately? God willing, this would be easy, right? How long has the Metapsychic Investigations Department been running? 3, 4 years? 4. And they want to solve the great mystery of life after death within 72 hours. They neither want to nor intend to. I've been given that time frame, and it's because Henry interceded. If only you could succeed. I would like to see the faces of those decrepit geezers when you show them undeniable proof. I think I didn't know Professor Ward enough. We had a very close relationship, but it was purely professional. I don't know a single thing about him, his life, apart from him being the chief coroner of Scotland Yard before becoming a teacher. If I had even a mild interest in him, I might have detected signs of what he would do. Don't punish yourself for that, Patrick. Nelson was very reserved. I doubt anyone in the faculty really got to know him. Should get going. He's just gonna intended for school materials. What about the cabinet over here? Full of flasks and test tubes. Flask of sulfuric acid. Maybe that gets us the lamp. They're very fragile. Well, we got the arm. And we got the eraser. Anything in the books we need? Nothing really. Okay, well, we did get the skeleton arm, and maybe we can use that to reach the lamp. That's my theory on this. I don't think there's much else we're going to find here. So let's go back there and try something. I think we can do something with the sulfuric acid on the door. Okay, can we use... We could use the skeleton arm to carefully remove the crystal from the lamp. Damn, it's not long enough. Maybe a little jump will help. Curses! What was that? What was that noise? My monocle fell. For God's sake, what kind of monocle do you wear? Phew. There's a key here. I'll pick up the broken crystal. I don't want to give excuses to the landlady. We're gonna hide the criminal evidence. Ah! Right in the vent. Nothing to see here. Well, maybe we can open the door. Ah, we're in. So let's examine this. It's a map of central London, where the professor has marked several places worth investigating. There's a red circle around one of them. What's in that trunk? There's an old oil lamp. I'll take it. Shoo! The street is full of tramps and drunkards. Professor felt more comfortable among them than among his colleagues. It's in the bed. Doesn't look very comfortable. No, the professor wouldn't care. I've seen him fall asleep between classes in the most unimaginable places. I think the professor would rest better under the watchful eye of Darwin than under Jesus. professor is an atheist, so I got that the crucifix was already here when he arrived. There's a notebook on the desk. House of Benwell Street. It's discouraging to discover that all the places worth investigating were in the end either frauds or a waste of time. However, I found a location that, if my inquiries are correct, could afford a unique opportunity to me and my colleague, Professor Moore. It's an old, impressive building located at 34 Benwell Street. Original owner was Thomas Highmore, a widower philanthropist who lived in the house during the early years of last century. After his death, the heirs rented the house to several tenants. One of them, Frederick Price, reported strange blows coming from the basement to the police. Raps? An officer corroborated the facts, to which he added, as is stated in the report, that several objects in the room started to slowly move without human intervention. Police report that confirms unexplained supernatural phenomena. Contrary to the account of a normal witness, which is always an act of faith to consider believable, this changes everything. No police officer of sound mind would cast doubt on his professionalism by falsely signing a report such as this, so we can be sure this is an account we can accept, and thus a very valuable one. Terrified, the Prices left the house 2 months later. Their place was taken by a Benjamin Jones. By searching through the documents of the estate agency that managed the property, I found a report stating that the tenant abandoned the house 4 weeks later due to constant unspecified occurrences in the basement. In my investigation, I found 2 other cases with that basement as the epicenter of supernatural activity, but I have yet to verify them. I still haven't informed Patrick about this. We could be dealing with another dead end, and if someone has to waste his time with this, I'd rather it be me. My instinct, though, tells me 34 Benwell Street is the place we've been dreaming of all these years. Professor Nelson Ward, October 14th, 1907. Ha! Imagine that! It's October 14th, literally in a minute. 34 Benwell Street. Well, that's where we're going. It'll take me some time. 1 hour later. There's nothing in them that reveals where the professor is. Anything on the shelf? There's a copper wire reel that may come in handy. Well, it's too rusty. Managed to remove all the rust on the copper wire thanks to the acid. I'll keep the empty flask. I may need it later. So we have the notebook. We have the eraser. I don't know what we can do with that. I think we're good here, though. And I think we can go investigate 34 Benwell Street. I really admire the pixel art of this game. It's really, really well done. Number 34, Benwell Street. I hope the professor was right and there's genuine supernatural activity here. Good afternoon. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Patrick Moore and I'm interested in conducting an investigation in this house. A what? A scientific investigation. Look, I have no bleeding clue what's going on here, but you can't enter the bleeding house, so bugger off. Wait. It is vitally important that I be able to carry out my research. Listen up, mate. I don't give a bloody damn about you or your fancy investigation. So do me a favor and sod off, alright? Where can I find the owner of the house? Can't give you that info. Could I enter the house? I told you can't enter the house. It ain't safe. Gonna be torn down soon. Bloody hell, I shouldn't even be here. When is the demolition scheduled? That ain't none of your business. Don't know why I'm even having this conversation. Please help me in my investigation. I'm a serious individual. University professor and scientist. I possess credentials. Keep them to yourself. You're starting to get on me nerves. Have you witnessed any strange occurrences in the house? Listen, mate, clear off if you don't want trouble, alright? What is the reason for such hostility? Ain't you giving up? Leave me alone if you don't want things to get ugly. Am I making myself clear? Do yourself a favour and bugger off. I ain't getting paid to put up with idiots. Excuse me. I will not allow you to talk to me like that. Then get the bloody hell out of here, for God's sake. I fear gaining access to this house will not be easy. It does not say when. Bloody idiot, ain't he? Who? That bloke! Ah, yes, not very friendly. Anyway, what do you want to get in there for? I'm a scientist. I understand there's some unusual activity in this house. What? The house is haunted, that's all. Why do they want to demolish the house? I heard something about the structure. It's unstable, like most of the houses on this street, really. Do you know when they plan to demolish it? I don't know. But what I do know is they've hired these blokes to prevent looting. Apparently the house still holds valuable items. Are there more people in the house? There are a couple more inside. I don't think anyone wants to loot anything anyway. Folks steer clear of this place. How do you know there are ghosts? We've always known. This house has a tragic history. Well, that and what happened to old Mortimer. What happened to this Mortimer fellow? Old Mortimer is a tramp who spends his days picking up cigarette butts off the ground. He sleeps on the streets. Except for one night last winter when he decided to huddle in there to escape the cold. He came out screaming in the middle of the night saying he saw a ghost in the basement. And you know, he went crazy. More than he already was. I would like to enter the house. I'm investigating strange phenomena, and from what I have gathered, this house is the perfect place for it. Are you a ghost hunter? I'm not too fond of that term, but you could say so. That's fascinating. A ghost hunter? Oh, I've got a plan. Then I would have a good story to tell my mates. How I helped a real ghost hunter get into the haunted house. You know, I can get that bloke to stop watching the entrance. Is that so? Oh, hang on, forget it. Does it mean having to go back home, and I'm afraid my dad'll give me a hiding. Why would your father hit you? He's the shoe shine man, not me. But today he couldn't work. He's got a hangover. Whenever he's like that, he sends me to do the job. But I forgot the shoe brush, and that's part of the plan. If I go back home and he finds out, he'll give me a hiding for being irresponsible. I've been unable to work all morning, and I've come to this street so my father won't see me if he decides to get out of bed. Not many people come around here. I'm safe here, for now. If you tell me where you live, I can go get that brush for you. I've already told you, if he finds out I forgot it, he'll hit me. I can convince him not to. Then I won't be the only one getting a hiding. Without the brush, there's no plan, right? I'm afraid so. I think I have an idea, though, but I think we're going to give him the eraser, but we got to run through all the rest of this. What's the story behind this house? My grandma told me that the first tenant, a bloke named Thomas Highmore, hanged himself in the basement of the house. Since then, folks claim his ghost wanders the halls. My grandma also said that no one who's lived here has lasted more than a month. They've all encountered the ghost. You say there are ghosts in this house. Why do you think it's abandoned? Nobody wants to live there. Let's see, you need a brush to shine shoes. Exactly. Otherwise, you won't be able to carry out your plan. It's a good plan, listen. I'll convince that bloke that he needs a shoe shine, and when I get him here, you go in the house. But don't do it through the front door. If you go around the house, there's a little window at ground level that leads to the basement. It's broken. That's where old Mortimer got in that night. It's a brilliant plan. You are a little evil genius. I'll see what I can do. Well, I already have an idea. Oh! That's the closest thing to a brush, yes, sir! But it won't do, it's dirty. The idea is to shine that bloke's shoes to distract them, not get them dirty. What do we do then? That won't clean the eraser. So, I think we have to clean the eraser somehow. can I do with that? Can I use the chalkboard with it? The felt has collected too much chalk powder. The eraser dirties instead of cleans. It won't work. Not worth trying. And if I could use some more... What could we use to clean the eraser? Anything on the shelf? One's on the first shelf and part of the second one too. Okay, I don't really... Glove. I don't think there's much here to talk about. How can we clean this? Mr. Cook. What do you think? Exactly. Vice Chancellor Williams. It won't. Attach the panes with glue instead of a pair of hook screws. Okay. This is the Professor Ward for a pub in the East End, the Red Lion. One moment, what tart? A courtesan, I guess. Okay, I have to find that woman. Well, we got a little bit of info there. Maybe we can wash it. What's Collins doing? Inventing a new musical genre, Mr. Collins? I settled for producing a single musical note, Professor Moore. This is a disaster. Christmas concert is approaching and I can't even play the flute properly. I don't have the strength to blow. I'm out of breath. Hey, I've been there. Are you all right, son? I don't know what's happening to me. This is the concert. Okay, he's had some issue with the flute. Let's go to the pub. Well, there's a dog eating shit. There's a prostitute there. I'll be back tomorrow. You're lucky I've got more patience than Patty. By the way, all this old dry wood looks mighty flammable to me. Any trouble, mate? No, none. But get out of me way. The Red Lion. According to Mr. Cook, the professor used to come to this tavern accompanied by a mysterious woman. I hope they can tell me who she is. I'm the only one who touches that, sir. I'm sorry. Good afternoon. Drinks are paid for in advance. Suppose you won't have any issue with that. Who was that guy? What guy? The one who was threatening you? Nah. Where are you from? Hyde Park? Berkeley Square? Belgravia? Oh, Belgravia. Towering buildings made of gold and streets lined with petal carpets. It's no wonder someone like you wouldn't know Paddy's men. Paddy? Is he a thug? Will you keep your voice down, you fool? Maybe you don't need his services. But in this place, he's indispensable. He's more affordable than bribing the police, and he acts faster. I suppose you know what I'm talking about, Mr. Belgravia. I've never heard of Paddy and his men. Who are they? Where do they operate? It's better if you don't know anything, for your own good. I'm looking for someone. His name is Nelson Ward. He's a university professor, always well-dressed and a bit eccentric, I'd say. I've been told he frequents this place. I haven't the faintest idea who you're talking about, sir. Not even the woman who usually accompanies him. A woman? In the Red Lion? Are you joking? The only women who come in here are those whores who want to be bought a drink. I was told he usually comes at night. Ah, at night. That's Harvey, the owner of the place, who takes care of that shift. If you come back later, he might be able to help you. Cannot wait that long. In a hurry to get out of the East End, eh? Ask some of these drunks, maybe they know something. But don't get your hopes up. They got enough to do without throwing up on themselves. Thank you very much. Excuse me, sir. John took me round to see his mother. His mother. His... I should do it... like that. Excuse me, sir. Oh, I see. Excuse me for bothering you, sir. I'm looking for someone who... Oh, no. Last time I let something slip, I ended up with a broken pinky. I don't want anything to do with anyone. Since you're here, take this. You look like you're doing well for yourself, so how about buying me around, huh? Gin, if you please. That greedy rat Bert doesn't allow credit. He's nothing like Harvey. Could you pour me something to drink in this glass? Of course, but first you have to pay. Harvey extends credit to all these scumbags, but not me. You have money on you, I suppose. Unfortunately, no. Tough luck, sir. I apologize for interrupting your moment of bliss. Could I ask you a question? Oh, how eloquently you speak. I hope I can keep up. I'm looking for a regular patron of this tavern. Evidence suggests that he usually comes here at night. I'm not around here at those hours. I'm on the night shift at the factory, and they pay the same as the day shift. But I won't bore you with my hardships. You probably think the same as my boss. So your friend is a regular at this dive at night, huh? You should ask Harvey when he comes. The owner? I do not have time to wait for him. One of those trollops out here usually hangs around at night, too. She does business with those who haven't spent all their money on booze. I think her name is Kate. You should ask her. Thank you very much. You've been very helpful. You're welcome. More holes in the wall than on the dartboard. Aiming does not work very well with too much alcohol. Hey. Bourgeois thinks everything belongs to them. My God, that music in the background is awful. But maybe we could talk to this fine, moral, upstanding woman over here. Ma'am? What do you want? Kate, right? No, I'm Ruth. She's Kate. Kate. Kate! What do you want, Ruth? Can't you see I'm busy? Busy? With that one? I didn't say anything because I wanted you to figure it out for yourself. He shaved off his beard but still smells like a pig. Hey! Mind your own business, whore! Hold on a minute. I think Ruth's onto something. You're the guy from yesterday who wanted a piece of us. And without paying. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm new in town. Want free sex. Head to the alley behind that fence. No one ever goes through there. Just think of your mother. What the hell? No whore laughs at me. I'll beat you both so bad you'll be less recognizable than those Whitechapel whores. Any trouble, mate? None, officer. You sure about that? You're bloody whores. Thank you for reminding these ladies of their trade, Sherlock. Now bugger off. Everything all right here? It is now. Thanks, McPherson. Be careful, all right? By the way, you're a week behind on your payment. We're aware of that, but you're costing us dearly. Maybe we should go with that Irishman. He doesn't ask for much. That Irishman would twist your necks if you were late on a payment. With me, you'll just spend a short while behind bars. By the way, I'm Irish too. I really wish I had done the accent then. What did you want, Ruth? This gentleman is asking for you. Come closer. Good afternoon, my name is Patrick Moore. The bartender at the tavern mentioned that you know most of his customers. Especially the nighttime ones, yes. Well, I'm looking for... Professor Ward, isn't it? Yes. How did you know that? Look at you, a fish out of water in a place like this. Just like him. I highly doubt you're looking for any stinking drunkard from that dive. I know him, yeah. A very polite chap, one of the few who greets us when they come around here. What do you want with him? I know he's occasionally accompanied by a woman. Yes. Do you know her? Do I know her? Everyone in London knows her. She's not the late Queen. Who is she? It's been a slow morning, and it seems you have no intention of paying for my services. I'm afraid I'll have to charge you for that information, Mr. Moore. I regret to inform you that I have no money on me. You're wise. With those looks, you'd have been mugged by now around here. In that case, You know what? I've had a dry mouth all morning. Usually at night, Harvey the tavern owner treats me to a drink. But he's not around now, and that snooty Bert isn't usually up for it either. We don't serve whores here, let alone buy them a drink. The tavern isn't his to offer anyway. The idiot thinks he's going to inherit Harvey's business. So get me a drink and I'll tell you anything you want. I usually talk more with a greased gullet. I couldn't afford it. If I told you I do not have any money on me, give it a try. You'll be surprised when you find out who that woman you asked about is. Can we go in here? Oh, we can. Welcome to Donovan and Fletcher, your press clipping agency. My partner, Mr. Donovan, is not here at the moment. My name is Oscar Fletcher. It's a pleasure to welcome a new client. Do you know what a press clipping agency does, sir? I honestly... Imagine you need information about specific facts or data collected by the press. We have a team of people dedicated to reading dozens of newspapers every day and cataloging each article. I see. Therefore, we can offer you any information that has appeared in the newspapers in a matter of minutes. Interesting. I need information. I need information about a certain house on Benwell Street. Could it be number 34? Yes. How did you know? Recently, a client asked us for all the articles related to that particular place. Might your client's name be Nelson Ward? Exactly, Professor Nelson Ward. Do you know him? He's my colleague. I could share with you what we found. I remember that information very well. Excellent. We could only find 2 pieces of news. The first one is related to several disappearances of young women during the second decade of the last century. Police questioned the tenant of number 34 Benwell Street, Thomas Highmore, as a suspect. It was a scandal, as the man apparently had nothing to do with those disappearances. He even sued Scotland Yard, and the police had to apologize publicly. Unfortunately, the pressure he was under got the better of him, and he committed suicide in the basement of that house. Second news article dates back to 1824, if I remember correctly. Tenants there complained of strange noises in their basement. Police certified the facts, but could not give any rational explanation. Anything else of interest about that house? We didn't find any news related to the matter. I appreciate the information. Okay. Can we go in the office? No, can't go in there. People working. Okay, let's go out the door and maybe see if we can get a drink for Kate. Could you invite one of the ladies working outside in for a drink? I know it's a lot to ask, but when I get my money, I'll repay you twofold. We don't serve oars here, let alone buy them a drink. Okay. Nothing more to say to him. Bourgeois thinks everything belongs to them. Can't do that. How are we going to get some drink? It's empty. Still contains wine, perhaps a quarter full. Spigot is swollen and damp. And my hands slip when I try to open it, so we're gonna need something. I'm gonna need a rag of some sort. Okay. One round Jack will be facing challenger Walter Black. This, we find it. Well, wait a minute. What about inside the pub, right? Like, my guess is maybe that you could get, like, a rag in there, like, from behind the bar. That's just a guess, but, you know. Can we talk to him? Martell Gin. 72 Cockburn. Waiting for you. Okay. Hey, Princess Retro, good to see you. It's been a bit, but we're here. It's the professor. What the devil? What's all this ruckus? One of these things. They're done by an old man who spends too much time here. A fellow named Tennille. Harvey says they're worth a lot. If I hang it back up with the glass broken, Harvey's gonna go ballistic. Pick it up and toss it away. Maybe we can do something with that. What can we do with the caricature here? Caricature of Professor Ward in a small frame. Glass cup. No trace of rust on copper wire. The oil lamp does have fuel, but we can't really do much with it. I can just get... We need to unjam the spigot, though. That's the problem. Dorset Street. Maybe we... Did we overlook anything here? Maybe we didn't. Probably not. Can't use the bed sheet. Shelf, the painting. What's on the map? 34 Benwell Street. Anything else in the chest? The shelf. We already looked at the junk box. inside the vent. Can't open 3. I need like a rag or something. Anything at the university? What could we have missed? I doubt we could find anything else here. But you never know. There might have been something we overlooked. What about if... Can Robert do it? Frank help us? Not much else. Anything else for the cabinet? Portrait. No, we can't do anything with this. Benwell Street, maybe? Debris. Nothing else. Maybe if. No, bad idea. What if I lit it on fire? No, can't do it. Maybe if I showed him this. Serve my plan. That won't clean the eraser. That won't clean the eraser. That won't clean the eraser. I know that's not... What could clean the damn eraser? I mean... It. You sound the prostitute, yeah, right. Only money, sir, she says. Crystal, very nice. Now fill it up. Maybe something in here. Are you struggling with anxiety? Stress? 14 Barton Lane. Maybe we can use that. I mean, it's the only thing I've got, because I don't think we're gonna be going anywhere unless I visit his street. Can I do that? It didn't pop up though. That was the only thing. Hugh Lockley. Let's just see if I can... Can I read that again? Can't go to the office, got the notice board. About up here. Talking about the assassination of Lincoln. Damn, we're kind of in a stumped mood here. Haven't you thrown it away yet?
Very fond of me. He took me out for walks and oh, he was so nice. He always used to kiss me on the same place twice.
More interesting than that.
He would sit and spoon, and I was oh so happy till the other.
It's just the notes we have on that.
John took me round to see his mother, his mother, his mother. And while he introduced us to each other, she weighed up everything that I had on. She put me through a cross-examination.
Can't help me.
I fairly boiled with aggravation. Then she shook her head, looked at me and said, poor John.
Something possible.
Poor John.
I could do it.
She said, young gals today are all for outside show. The clothes you see may look all right, the rest don't know. What she was driving at, I soon made out.
Queen Victoria.
Was to refine, no doubt. Then all at once she gave a
Giving
sigh
away
and
his
cried,
victories
oh,
with her
Lord,
awards.
I wonder what on earth he wants to marry for. That was quite enough. Up my temper flew.
Damn it.
Said I, perhaps it's so
I can't even do anything in there. BS Tuna. Coming in with that raid. And give a shout out to BS Tuna. A shouty. Playing more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Please go give our friend BS Tuna a follow. Can we figure out... We have this business card of a psychiatrist. Maybe we can do something with that. I doubt we can do anything at Dorset Street anymore. That's pretty much done. Have you thought about seeing a specialist? What do you mean? You have all the symptoms of an anxiety attack. Take this. The person can help you. A loony doctor. A psychologist. A loony doctor. No, a psychologist. You've told us about Freud. What if he tells me I'm a victim of frustrated sexuality? We're in England, son. The birthplace of sexual frustration. But yours is simply stress from overwork. Trust me and seek the help of a specialist. After that session, you will blow that flute so hard that the string musicians will have to make a superhuman effort just to be heard. I'll listen to you, Professor, and I'll go now. Do you mind holding on to the flute for me? Of course. Here you go. Well, we've got the flute. Oh, I can play a flute. Well, that's interesting. The hell would I want to play a flute? Maybe in the bar? It's the only place I can think of. You know this man?
I don't think so. John, that's the name of my
Close either.
fiancé, you see.
Only money. Can't play the flute there. Can I play the flute in here? Probably not. That won't help. Can't get any information about that. Where can I play the damn flute? Can't go in there. What else have I tried? Like... Flute, rules, vent. We did go through everything in here. Painting, map. Maybe... We got his flute. What could this do? What would Henry be interested in? Probably nothing. Just clean that thing up. It would be nice. Has no interest in anything. Oh my god. Trophies, no. Statue, no. Plaque, no. There's just nothing here. Doubt there's gonna be. One round jack. Do me that favor. Well, I'd love to get you that drink. I don't know what I could do. Can't unjam the spigot with that. I wish they had like a little hint thing in this game. Nothing with the cask.
I don't think so. John, that's the name of my fiancé, you see. There's no mistake, he's very fond of me. He took me out for walks and oh, he was so nice. He always used to kiss me on the same place twice. Often in the park, we would sit and spoon. And
He's
I was
asleep.
so happy till the other afternoon.
Ah, one of those Tennille characters. They all looked assigned to me. Character could be the person you're looking for the Prime Minister himself. Not with Jim, what are you waiting for?
Then she shook her head, looked at me
flowers here. We'll buy them a drink.
She said, young gals today are all for outside show. The clothes you see may look all right, the rest don't know. What she was driving at, I soon made out. My style of dress was too refined, no doubt. Then all at once
Can we do anything with the copper
I
wire?
don't know. I wonder what on earth he
No.
wants to marry for. That was quite enough.
No need to play the flute. I am like completely lost here.
So that he can get away from you. John took me round to see his mother, his mother, his mother. And while he introduced us to each other, she weighed up
Fuck.
everything that I had.
I mean, we got that flute. Provoke it. What can I do with the copper wire? You sure think I didn't do it at the university? No, bad idea. Can't do anything there. Still the same books that he read. What could I do in the laboratory? Probably nothing. Wrestling trophies. Preventing you from participating in championship. Manager Taylor. Manager Taylor. Where is Taylor anyway? That's a good question. I'm assuming I have to help him with something. Working electromagnetic field booster. Oh! We found a spot here. Closed mind. We heard about that, but we did open another area. Probably working on this electromagnetic thing, and maybe that there will be something in there that we can use to uncork this thing. We can go to Patrick's house, which is a very extravagant... Lord Blackwood? Oh, Rose, you didn't mention there was a family gathering. We came as soon as we heard. We're very disappointed in you, Patrick. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Is this about Professor Ward? Of course it is. Your nonsense has finally exhausted this family's patience. It wasn't enough to embarrass us with your ghostly fantasies, but you ended up involved in a robbery. And at the university, no less. No one has ever defiled the Blackwood family name until now. Oh, one moment. Involved? Silence, miscreant. The only words I would tolerate leaving your lips are an apology. Very well, I apologize. But it's not enough. Decided by unanimous agreement to cut ties with you. As of now, bid farewell to my daughter, to us, and to this house. I live here, in my daughter's house. Therefore, it belongs to the Blackwood family. And it became a tainted house from the moment you came to live here and sin with my daughter, you seductive devil. Cannot believe what I'm hearing. Rose has nothing to say. That is right, Patrick. It would be best for us to go our separate ways. What? And there will be no wedding, of course. Is that it? Is that how you end 3 years of blissful engagement? Blissful? Ha! You think Rose was happy with you? That is not all. I have taken the liberty of pulling some strings to freeze your bank account. You will not be able to withdraw your money until you've proven your innocence of the crime. Hobson, sir, bring that briefcase and return it to Moore. Do not want this devil's accessories in our house. Committing an injustice. Well, we get a briefcase back. Briefcase and return to your place. What's she giving us? Take this. Your portrait on the table. Oh, Rose, please. Is that truly what you want? Defy my family when they opposed our relationship. Discuss what you do. You hunt ghosts, Patrick. You devote all your attention to the dead and neglect the living, and that, my love, I can't bear. Oh my god, this woman is such a... Well... I'll be welcome in my own home. Magnetic field prototype. Metaphysical glossary. There's only one. Well, we got a glove. That would help us unclog with soapy water. Perhaps we can wash the eraser in this bucket. And the eraser is clean. What can Tim get us? Okay, what else do we have here? Can you tell me today's news? Interested in National Union of Women's Suffrage. Of course. Poor John by Ada Jones is the most popular song in England right now. She'd charge you extra for this. What on earth? I couldn't help but hear her father's shouts from inside the house. One round jack. Okay. No, not the university. Go back, go back. We got the glove we needed to get that woman a drink. But we can also go into this, into Barnwell Street too. Does this work for you? Oh yes, and it's clean. With this, I'll finally be able to work. Shine that bloke's shoes. He won't be paying attention to the entrance. Yeah, we know that. Give me room and watch. Oi, you! Yes, I'm talking to you. What's your problem, kid? I think the problem is with you. Have you taken a look at your shoes? My what? Mind your own business, tadpole. Alright, but don't say I didn't warn you. Warn me about what? If the one who hired you were to pass by and see your shoes, he'd think he'd paid for a pigsty caretaker. I don't think you're giving off a very good impression. You bloody little trickster. How much would you charge to shine me shoes? Don't worry about the price. Someone like you can afford it. I have the most competitive prices in all of London. All right. Make it quick, all right. Make them sparkle. They were just bought at Harrods, and if you want for the same price, I can sing you a song. Poor Johnny. Now lift your foot and place it there. Well done, boy. Anyway, we're in. Goodness gracious, the odor of dampness in this basement is quite potent. Almost unsanitary. Should light it first. Well, I guess we're gonna have to come back. Hopefully he won't be gone, but I think what we can do is we can go to the bar now and use that glove to open that wine cask. We needed something to... Quite rough. To open it gently. All right, we got some wine. Here you go. Wine. Sorry, this is all I could get. Damn it. Are you kidding? It's delicious. Where'd this wine come from? Good to know. I'll keep the glass. Now I know where to get supplies. All right, Mr. Moore. I'll tell you everything I know about that woman with your friend. She's none other than Beatrice Shaw. Beatrice Shaw? The medium? Exactly. Beatrice Shaw is quite the celebrity. All of London knows her, except that barman, apparently. But he's an idiot. Doesn't know a thing. Beatrice Shaw? That lady gives me the creeps. She talks to the dead. Did you know that? She's so popular, it said the late Queen Victoria summoned her to the palace. She wanted to communicate with her father, the Duke of Kent, in the afterlife. These things make my skin crawl. Beatrice Shaw. What was the professor doing with her? He hates all those charlatans. Ask her yourself. She's got a show at the Westmore Theatre. I think I'll be on my way then. You know what I mean. Well, I think we can go to that theater then. Interesting. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to see Miss Shaw. It's about to end. All the tickets for the next show are already sold out. I'm not a journalist. Admirer? Not exactly. It doesn't matter who you are. Miss Shaw does not speak with anyone. Especially not with strangers. Who's Patrick Moore? You? It's ensuring that no one tries to enter the theater. Unless Mr. Westmore of the theater... I wasn't serious, sir. I don't like wasting your time. I can tell you where he is right now. Usually spends his evenings at the BAS headquarters, the British Association of Supernatural Studies. I have here a matchbox from the headquarters. The address is on the cover. Okay. It fell in the puddle. Apologize for my clumsiness, sir. Oh, it's quite alright. I'll... Matchbox, if you like. But that's something we can light the... Good afternoon, apparently. It's all... Can I light it? I'm just curious now. Can we light this thing at Bemwell? Might be able to. But there is a match. Oh, we got a wet match. That fuck. we can go to Bass headquarters. Inform the members of the association that I would have gladly remained for the session, Carson. However, I have pressing matters to attend to. As you wish, sir. Is there anything else you require, Doctor? That will be all, Carson. Please proceed to the salon. Don't worry about me. Have a pleasant afternoon, Dr. Stone. Until tomorrow, Carson. Professor Moore. Dr. Stone, what is the meaning of this provocation? Are you not ashamed to come here? What? What do you mean? You know perfectly well what I mean. Oh dear. That blasted article, isn't it? You and your colleague, Professor Ward, ridiculed this institution. No, it wasn't exactly like that. The editor of the Gazette of the Society for Psychic Research in London commissioned us to write an article about the role of the bass. I regret that we prioritized honesty over moderation. The language employed in that article was defamatory. If it is of any consolation, we should not have signed that article. It was not our intention to antagonize you. Excuses. Allow me to cite verbatim. Any purported witness with a minimally coherent tale could pass through the scant filters of the BASS and augment its casuistic archive. Indeed, however, the BASS proudly presents an extensive catalog of visual material which does not substantiate the existence of an afterlife, but rather illuminates the naivete of its members. You made a mockery of us in the eye of the public. We've endured enough of deniers of spiritualism and skeptical journalists. Goodness me, you appear to be aligned with them. However, it is of no consequence. You know what? We were contemplating legal recourse against you both for defamation. But after Professor Ward's scandal, I expect it will not be necessary. The credibility of both Nelson Ward and yourself is now in tatters. I'm unsure of your purpose in coming here, but I hope you receive the reception you rightly deserve. That is to be kicked out of here. Good afternoon. What a bitch. Good afternoon, sir. How may I assist you? My name is Patrick Moore. Is Mr. Westmore present? Yes, sir. May I speak with him? He's occupied at the moment. Members of the association will soon begin a seance. Mr. Westmore will lead it. Please tell him. May I enter the salon? No, you're not, sir. 20 minutes, 5 hours. Okay. Got a book. Huh? Gentlemen, no one's called for you. Disruption. Can't do anything with the salon. Who's that on the photograph? Ghost. Again. What can we do with the desk? It won't happen again. Join the two coils with a wire. Oh. This machine should work now. See if we can ring the bell and put this on here. person. Okay, not much else. He just doesn't want to be disturbed. Salon. Here. The photograph, though. I'm gonna just be right back, guys. I just need to get a little some Tums, but I'll be right back. And we're gonna just save here. And I'm just going to type it at the theater. And we'll put a little horror be right back. Alright, we're back, but I picked the wrong window. I want this one. No, I don't want to quit. So we have this wet match. We need to clean this wet match, maybe. We go in here.
I ought to think myself a lucky girl, I know. 'Cause I'm engaged, but still somehow I don't think so. John, that's the name of my fiancé, you see. There's no mistake, he's very fond of me. He took me out for walks and all was so nice. He
That
always
won't work.
took me on the same place twice.
Cask.
In the park, we would sit and spoon, and I was oh so happy till the other afternoon. John took me round to see his mother, his mother,
There,
his
his
mother.
mother.
And while he introduced us to each other, she weighed up everything.
Okay, that won't work. Let's see if we can go... Do we need anything, any news? Maybe. Maybe not. For Benwell Street. Westmore Theater. Look out the window. The crude montage. Emblem is here. The string. Carson really can't do anything for us. Can't do anything with the umbrella. If I can just wash... over here. Need that. The bucket. Yes. To wash that. Okay, that won't work. What can I use? No, the university maybe? Oh, the portrait got removed. Approach this differently. What can we do with the statue? Henry won't be interested in that. What can I do with this electromagnetic thing? No, nothing in here. Dorset Street. Anything in here? I doubt it, but like, I'm just trying to. Effects, painting. So what does this thing do? The lamp. Damn. What could I be doing with this? Maybe we can go back to the past. Oh. We could just move him out of here. And maybe combine the photograph on the wall. Admiring the photograph, sir. I was looking for myself in them. There I am, third from the left in the third row. What? Let me see. Indeed it's you, Alistair Ainsworth. How peculiar. I could have sworn, recall your name being Patrick Moore, that you were not a member of this association. Alistair Patrick Ainsworth Moore. That's my full name. And naturally I am a member. May I enter the salon now, Carson? Suppose, yes. Finally, I'm going home, Mama. Honor us with your presence. Beethoven was death, Westmore. You think he'll hear us from the beyond? Silence! Stay focused. Take long. Hope to hit the right notes of the Fifth Symphony. Oh! The spirit of Ludwig von Beethoven has manifested itself. And if his desire is not to be disturbed, so be it. Let us thank him for his kindness and consider this session closed. The lights may now be turned on. Carson? A success, gentlemen, isn't it? A success! Certainly, Westmore. The very Beethoven himself! It's a pity he wasn't very receptive. So if it's all right with you, we can take a break and try again later. Sounds good to me. I second that motion. It'll be a long wait, but it'll be all worth it. So be it. Okay. Maybe we can do something in the back here, finally. He's got a pipe. And that's on the radio for a while. evaporate. I think it's ready now. Let's try something else. Mr. Westmore, well, well. I see Carson has lost his watchdog faculties. What brings you here, Professor Moore? I need to enter your theater. Which one? I own theaters all over London. The Westmore Theater. Quite simple. Buy a ticket and enter. Is that why you came here? I need to talk to Beatrice Shaw. It's of vital importance. Oh, Beatrice. She's quite the sensation all over London. I did not take you for an admirer of Miss Shaw. Or do you want to discredit her as you attempted to do with us? It's a personal matter. For her to the second performance tonight, a carriage always awaits her at the rear exit. Good mood. You've come to me so you can access Miss Shaw's dressing room to meet her, and I don't know what you want to discuss with her. To tell you the truth, I don't care either. Am I correct? Yes. That's why I'm here. You know something, Professor Moore? We've just had a successful seance, so I'm in a good mood. I can give you what you want. It won't be that easy, Professor Moore. You'll have to earn it. How about a bet? A bet? Never underestimate a good bet. I owe part of my fortune to them. All right, what's the wager? First of all, let's set the playing field. You know what I'm putting up. I'll grant you access to my theater's dressing rooms for your meeting with Miss Shaw. What's at stake for you? If it's money, Forget about money. I'm one of the wealthiest men in England. I would ask you to wager a public apology in a national medium. I know you're a man of convictions and won't do that, so I won't say no to something of value. You're wagering and I'll explain the bet. To be of value. What could be of value that I have? I don't think I really have anything of value at the moment. Alistair. Don't think we can really do anything with anyone else here. Okay, what did you say about the mirror? Stare in a mirror for 3 to 4 hours. Okay, a lot of pseudoscience bullshit. Library. Scented candles. Let's try... Well, now that we have a dry match, we can finally go into that damn basement and light the lamp that we've had. I've been trying to get in here forever. Lit. And here we are. Table on the back wall. It's a good place to put the lamp. Would be welcome. Supernatural activity. Just to concentrate down here. Start investigating. I hear footsteps upstairs. They must belong to the other two guards the shoeshine boy mentioned. Oh shit! Oh wait, there you are. Thinking we ain't never checking the basement. You fancy taking a peek down there? Go on then, off you trot, but you're going solo. Solo? And then, I reckon you got a point. Let's forget about the bloody basement. Smells like a rat died down there. All that stink of damp, and you heard them noises too, ain't you? Something proper odd going on in this house, Roy. Sometimes feel like we ain't alone. There's more to it. I've seen things. What have you seen? You see that big mirror upstairs? I saw a bleeding shadow in it. It was right behind me. Turned around quick and there was nothing there. I'm telling you all this in confidence, right? Oh, word to the boss. I don't want him to fire me because he thinks I'm daft. This house don't sit right with me. If it wasn't for needing the cash, I wouldn't be here. Starting to get a bit twitchy, Roy. Need to get some bleeding fresh air. I'll tag along, can do with a break from this dump, even if it's just for a few minutes. Okay. Investigation. Let's get on with it. Let's use this. I hope it works. Our studies conclude that there's certain relationship between supernatural manifestations and electromagnetic waves. Right now the machine is agitating those waves to enhance them. It seems to be working. Temperatures drop considerably. This Highboy was the first head of this house and he hanged himself in this very basement. From then on, strange phenomena began. Dear God, I'm so nervous. Here we go. Thomas Highmore, I summon you. My name is Patrick Moore. What is yours? Reveal yourself! Is anyone there? Yes. Thomas Highmore? Is that your name? Two-way communication. Thomas Highmore, I have some questions for you. If you want to say yes, knock. Let me get out of here! My machine. Incredible. Concentration of energy has just materialized out of nowhere. What was that? A watch? It can't be. It's an old rusty clock. 1812. Damn it. The noises are coming from the basement. Should we go down? Well, you daft. There ain't no doubt this house is haunted. Let's tell Tom, and if he wants to go down, he can. Where's he at? Watching the door. I tell him to come running. It's not over for now. Well, we got a lot of valuable information there. And we got a pocket watch. See that, you idiots? I managed to sneak out through the bleeding window. So you ever heard noises in the basement, it's because someone slipped in through there. Now on, I want one of you keeping watch in the basement. Pick straws, but if I hear any more ghost stories, I swear I'll kick your asses. Got it? Well, we're done with him. You're the bloke who wanted to get into the house, ain't you? I still want to. In fact, I've tried to locate the owner, but I couldn't. You swear you haven't been skulking around the bleeding house? Someone's been inside. Something tells me they were in cahoots with that little bootblack. I hope you're not accusing me of trespassing on private property. No, I ain't saying that. I think. I don't want to see you wandering around here. Got it? Well. I don't think we're going to need to do that. We did get the material proof. Can we put this up for... Too significant to wager a bet. Well, let me see if I can bring it to the dean. Maybe at the university we can finally get somewhere. Henry, take a look at this. A rusty watch. It's not just any old watch. It's an apport. What? It materialized out of thin air. Are you serious? Where did it happen? In the basement of 34 Benwell Street. A genuine haunted house, Henry. I experienced a wide range of phenomena. Paraphanies, manifestation of spectral energy, bi-directional communication with an entity named Thomas Highmore. Are you serious? Yes, Henry. We've done it. All of this you're telling me is fascinating and terrifying. Were you scared? Scared? I spent my entire adult life waiting to witness something like this, Henry. I was ecstatic. In a situation like that, there's no room for fear. I admire your steadfastness. Let me see the apport. Good Lord! I never thought I'd have an apport in my hands. We're privileged, Patrick. I'll present it to the board as evidence, of course. It's engraved with a date, 1812. That could be indicative of... Henry? There's so many questions. Where did the watch come from? How many dimensions has it traveled through to appear in the basement of 34 Benwell Street? However, there won't be the questions the skeptics... Those won't be the questions the skeptics on the board will ask. Take this necklace. Take a good look at it. Much to my dismay, I will play devil's advocate. If I told you it just materialized in that closet, what would you say? Keep it, by the way. It's been there forever. It must have belonged to my predecessor. I know what you mean, and I'm aware the watch is not conclusive evidence. Although you could ask the board to analyze it. That would give us more time. And hopefully the test will reveal something odd about it. Do you agree? I agree, and I will do so. But what about the results you achieved in the basement? Can you repeat the tests? Yes, thanks to my prototype. But it got smashed and I left it there. I had to run out of that basement because... Never mind, it's a long story. Unfortunately, the board won't accept the apport as valid evidence. You must return to that house and come back with a sure thing. It'd be difficult to gain access to it. Not to mention that I'd have to rebuild the electromagnetic field prototype to achieve the same results, and that would take time. Let's not be pessimistic. As I said, I will present the apport to the board and try to buy you some more time. Try to rebuild the machine, and I'll make sure the entire board is present when you repeat the experiment. Maybe we can use this as the wager. We got somewhere. We got the apport. So just out of curiosity, phenomenon consisting of spontaneous appearance of objects without any logical explanation. Whew. Is this an acceptable wager? Looks like gold. I see we speak the same language. Very well, let's play. You focus on what you consider dynamic states. Did you know last year we made contact with an illustrious Englishman during a seance? Distinguished London newspaper. Published a couple of days for the winner. So was and you win the bet. I think we can figure that out by going right to the newspaper shop and asking that exact question to that guy in the newspaper stand. Because it was on the winter solstice. Whoops! Wrong thing to pick. Okay. Need information. What would it take you to provide it? The Observer. Well, what year was it? 1906. Maybe I can ask him to repeat it. Because I didn't run it quickly. Okay, we make contact with a distinguished Englishman. Reputation during a seance. In a well-known London newspaper before the winter solstice. In a well-known London newspaper. In a well-known London newspaper. I mean, that would help us. But that should be what we need. So the solstice is usually in right around December.
The snow was very plentiful and crumbs were very few as a weather-beaten sparrow through a mansion window flew. Her eye fell on the golden cage, a sweet love song she heard, sung by a pet canary there, a
19th of
handsome
December.
yellow bird. He said to her, Miss
19th of-
Sparrow,
1906.
I'm in Cupid's arrow. Will you share my cage with me?
We're close to it. I think we can get it within a few tries.
With its ribbon and its tassel, and in plain silver said she.
No, sir.
Goodbye, little yellow bird, I'd gladly mate with you. I love you, little yellow bird, but I love my freedom too. So goodbye, little yellow bird, I'd rather brave the cold on a leafless tree than a prisoner be in a cage of gold. Goodbye, little yellow bird, I'd gladly make with you. I love you, little yellow bird, but I love my freedom too. So goodbye, little yellow bird, I'd rather brave the cold.
Where could we...
Less free than a prisoner be in a cage of gold.
Am I missing a newspaper?
The snow was very plentiful and crumbs were very few as a weather-beaten sparrow through a mansion window flew. Her eye fell on the golden cage, a sweet love song she heard, sung by a pet canary there, a handsome yellow bird. He said to her, Miss Sparrow, I've been struck by Cupid's arrow. Will you share my cage with me? She looked up at his castle.
Horror is the music in this game. It is. It is that. I just need to... How would we find this?
Goodbye, little yellow bird, I'd gladly mate with you. I love you, little yellow bird, but
I'm
I
here,
love
sir.
my freedom too.
I'm here, sir.
So goodbye,
I'm here, sir.
little yellow bird,
I'm
I'd
here, sir.
rather brave the cold
I'm here, sir.
on a leafless tree
Please
than
behave like an adult, sir.
be in a cage of gold. Goodbye, little yellow bird, I'd gladly make with you. I love you, little
What am I missing, though? We didn't read all the rules, though. It's allowed. Opiates is forbidden. Partners from the opposite sex are strictly forbidden. Okay. We read the rules. Yeah, the music is kind of shitty here. What about Moore's Home? About the British Association of Supernatural Studies. I know it took up a whole page in the Morning Herald. The Morning Herald, huh? Okay. That gives me the newspaper ID. We've got the dates. No, wrong area. Sorry. Wasn't where I wanted to go. Where I wanted to go was the newspaper shop, because now we have the actual paper. This should get us. Need information. Okay, the Morning Herald. December 19th, 1906. But yeah, the music is quite horrifying. I'm sorry, I'm a bit exhausted. Find the news. Here you go. Darwin from the Great Beyond. Ability of the Morning Herald. Pleasure to help you. Well, now we know the name. It is Darwin. They tried to talk to Darwin, which is incredible stuff. I would be too if I had to constantly listen. I tell you what, I don't know how anybody didn't lose their mind in 1906 from listening to this music. I mean, say what you want about modern music, at least it's listenable in some way. Like, you listen to this shit and it's like, oh my god, Taylor Swift compared to this is like a lot easier on the ears. Very good. You've done your homework. Okay. Promise is a promise. Wait here. Checkmate, Professor Moore. You get something off the mirror. Professor Moore, come here, please. Show this to Robinson. I believe he's the one at the door today. He'll take you to the dressing rooms. I will soon leave cold England and settle in sunny California. I want my daughters Vivian and Helen to grow up in a different kind of environment, more in keeping with the times. Despite all the technological advances we are experiencing, old England is still stuck in the past. What I mean is that it won't be here to defend the interests of the Bass tooth and nail. Don't be too harsh on us, Professor. We already have enough skeptics who believe the matters are just fantasies. Believe it or not, you and I are in the same boat. Never mind, Professor Moore. We don't really need anything from them. You have a minute to give me this note. May I? Yes. All right. Show's not over yet. I'll have Clark escort you to the box seat so you can watch the last few minutes. So he'll take you to Miss Shaw's dressing room. Is that all right with you, sir? More than all right with me. Please go in. I'll inform Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great pleasure to share this magical evening with you. You have witnessed the possibility to cross the thin line that separates our plane of existence from the beyond. You've also been witnesses to how the dead still have much to say to those of us who remain in this world. I can only say thank you for... Wait a moment. A young man. He's been wounded. A war. Far from here on another continent. He's calling for his mother. He knows he's going to die in a few minutes. He's bleeding out. Do not cry, my dear. What is your name? I can't hear you clearly. Warren? Walter? He knows his mother is here. Oh! What's your mother's name, dear? Amelia? Amelia Reinhardt. Anyone in the audience with that name? Oh my God, Walter! Please come up to the stage. Your son wishes to be with you in this delicate moment. Amelia Reinhardt? That's me. Walter! Mom's here. Your son died in a war, didn't he? He died in the Battle of Rorke's Drift in South Africa, fighting against the Zulu Empire. He couldn't bid you farewell. But thanks to the fact that the spirit world is not bound by the same temporal rules as ours, we can remedy that. I want to say goodbye to him. Walter? Are you there, Walter? Walter? Are you still with us? Yes, here's your mother. Do you want to say something to her, Walter? The charade must end! Who is the fool who dares to interrupt a communication with the other side? Drop the act, Miss Shaw. Your role as the medium is beyond your abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from across the Atlantic, Mr. Harry Houdini, the great escapologist. A round of applause, please. I warn you, if you do not get off the stage immediately, I will lock 1,000 padlocks on that straitjacket of yours and have you thrown into the Thames. Let's see if you manage to, if this time you manage to survive your star act. I see you not only engage in fortune-telling, but also mesmerism. You have everyone hypnotized. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for this interruption, but you must know that this woman is deceiving you. What is happening, Miss Shaw? Ignore him, Miss Reinhardt. Miss Shaw is not speaking with Mrs. Reinhardt's son. She's never spoken with the dead. And how do you know my son died in the war? You're Amelia Reinhardt, owner of one of England's most important steel empires. Everyone knows that, tragically, you lost your son in the war against the Zulu Empire. Are you getting the picture? Many of you are London society figures. Most of the information Miss Shaw has brought to light tonight is public. And what isn't, she and her team have thoroughly investigated about you beforehand, digging deep into you and your deceased loved ones to perpetrate this lamentable spectacle. Don't be deceived by the crude tricks of this fraudster. Walter? Yes? No, don't leave. I know what you're trying to do, Miss Shaw. Don't go there. Walter says we're not taking him seriously. No, son, please, stay with us. Damn it, Shaw. Walter says he has little energy left to remain in this plane. Mr. Houdini's interruption has hastened the little time he can spend among us. Walter? Walter is no longer with us. I'm sorry you couldn't say goodbye to him, Mrs. Reinhardt. Damn you, sir! Are you proud of what you've done? Because of you, I couldn't bid farewell to my deceased son. Be rational, Mrs. Reinhardt. Your son has never been in this room. You have no heart, Houdini! How can you do this to a mother? Apologize, or we'll make you apologize. The audience is starting to get nervous, Houdini. You still have time to leave this stage. But haven't you just seen what's happened? She's used a mother's pain to emotionally manipulate you and... Stop it already, Houdini. These people came to see a show. If you don't leave right now, I'll punch you in the stomach. And what a show they'll have. With your attitude, you're legitimizing these scams, you ignorant bunch. I'm sorry for what happened, Mrs. Reinhardt. Can you contact my son again? Unfortunately, it does not work that way. You can return to your seat. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. We've traveled through remote and unexplored worlds without leaving our seats. We have heard everything that the deceased has to say. I hope you've had an evening of unimaginable sensations. And remember, the dead speak to us. We just need to pay attention. Thank you very much for coming. He wants you to donate all of your fortune to us. I just didn't expect Harry Houdini, of all people, to come in. If you'd be so kind to wait here, Miss Shaw will attend to you shortly. Thank you very much. God's sake, Oliver. Don't you know Houdini was in town? Yes, I did. I was obsessed. Houdini? Harry Houdini? Patrick Moore! It's about time I finally met you. Do you know who I am, Miss Shaw? Oh, of course. And let's dispense with formalities. Call me Beatrice. Nelson has told me a lot about you. In fact, he never stops talking about you. Let's cut to the chase, Beatrice. Do you know where Professor Ward is? At this hour? At the university, I suppose? You should know better. No, he's not there. Well, where is he then? I was hoping you could tell me. One moment. Have I missed something? Professor Ward has absconded with a significant sum of money from a donation to the university. Nobody knows where he is. Nelson, a thief? Impossible. He doesn't care about money. Why would he do such a thing? I wonder the same. I'll ask again, do you know where I can find him? Ease your tone with me, young man. I don't know what you're insinuating, but I'm as confused by the news as you are. I'm sorry. It's been a very tough day. First I find out my colleague is a thief. Then the board expresses its desire to shut down the Department of Metapsychical Research if I don't provide the existence of the afterlife in 72 hours. To top it off, my fiancé has broken ties with me, I've been kicked out of my own house, and all my money has been frozen in the bank. I'm a nervous wreck, so permit me some vehemence. Oh, I'm so sorry. But believe me when I say I have no idea where Nelson is. You were seen with him at the Red Lion. And you thought I was his accomplice, did you? Your informant never considered that we were just two old friends having a pint at our usual haunt. The Red Lion is the perfect place for me to go unnoticed. They're too drunk to recognize me. Are you lovers? No. Nelson has never shown interest in romantic relationships. He's gay. I have no interest in men either. We've been lifelong friends. We grew up together in Whitby. We've hardly been apart ever since. So Never spoke of you. We're talking about Nelson, so does it really surprise you? We basically only talked about professional matters. I gave up on him talking about his personal life. Don't blame yourself. I had to be very persuasive to get him to talk about anything other than metaphysics. Nelson lives in his own world. He never wanted to be diagnosed, but I think he has early onset hebrophrenia. Suppose that's why he's seen as an eccentric person. That would explain a lot. But he's the most upright and honest person I know. So all this talk of theft and flight has me baffled. Something smells fishy about this. With all due respect, I do not believe you have psychic powers. You're right to think that, because I do not have such powers. It's all a charade, as that buffoon Houdini pointed out. My calling is scientific, Patrick. My dream has always been to pursue science, but they wouldn't let me into university, a place exclusive to men. Everything is exclusive to men in this rotten society. I have to be self-taught, and I have become a good scientist. But damn it, I can't prove it. I find it curious that as a scientist, you have no qualms about what you do. I take money from those who hindered my professional career. I managed to amass a fortune at their expense. As far as I'm concerned, I have a clear conscience. I'm worried about Nelson. He must have been coerced into doing what he did. It's not like him. I refuse to believe it. Do you have any clues as to where we can find him? No, every lead I've followed regarding his whereabouts has led me to you. Have you checked if he's in his workshop? What workshop? He never told you about it, I see. Does he have a secret workshop? Secret wouldn't be the word. He would simply forget to mention it. You know how he is. Like a box of surprises indeed. Nelson wanted me to have a spare key to the place. I've stored it in that drawer. Will you come with me? Don't you have a function next? My best friend has gone missing. The last thing I care about is entertaining a bunch of rich folks. So let's go and not waste any time. You look tired. Why don't you take a nap? I'll let you know when we're about to arrive. I'm all right, not to worry. I won't insist. You just take a save here. Meeting Ms. Shaw. Shaw. There. I'm gonna take a second and I'm gonna be right back. Alright, we're back. I might just do a little bit. I know I usually do like 3 hours, but I am just like... With you and the professor are obsessed with finding out what lies beyond death. An admirable passion. Both of you would give anything to know the truth. So tell me, where does this interest come from? I saw a ghost when I was a child. Interesting. It was my little brother. He died of polio when I was 9 years old. Oh, I'm so sorry, Patrick. Can't imagine how hard it must have been for you. It was, Beatrice. It was. It happened on the night of his funeral. I heard footsteps in the hallway that startled me. They were heading toward the room Cedric and I shared. At first I thought those steps belonged to one of my parents. It didn't sound like their walk. It sounded like Cedric's walk. Polio had deformed his right leg. His gait was distinctive. I jumped out of bed, over the door to the hallway, and it was him. His face was contorted in a perpetual grimace of agony and pain. He was bumping into walls with violence. He was banging his head against the door frames as if something was eating him up inside, and he was trying to get rid of the pain. It must have been terrible. So horrible that I couldn't bear it, and I fainted. I never told my parents. Would they have believed me? I doubt it. Neither did I want to cause them any more pain than they were already enduring. What I saw was real. It was not a hallucination or a dream. There's no one in the world who can convince me otherwise. For years I've been obsessed not only with the fact that we can see the immaterial world, but also with what is happening to these poor souls. I don't buy into those benevolent stories of ghosts appearing to their loved ones to bid farewell. What I usually do in my show, yes, pure fantasy, I'm with you. If we go back to ancient times, the figure of the ghost has always caused terror. Ghosts have been feared since the dawn of time. Why are they using literature as a chilling element? Why does the world itself have that terrifying connotation? They are our loved ones, right? It would be cause for celebration and hope that they visit us after death, and that we can contact them. As with visions of angels or virgins. No one was scared of the apparitions at Lourdes in 1858. Exactly. Cedric's appearance was of a different nature. It conveyed anger, pain, aggressiveness. It's the very embodiment of terror. Something happens to us when we pass to the other side. I want to know what it is. I can't bear the thought of my little brother who suffered in life, also suffering in death. He doesn't deserve it. No one deserves to end up like that. Most religions assure us that eternal peace awaits us after death. Rubbish. They're wrong. Do you want to hear my story? Of course, go ahead. Nelson and I witnessed a similar apparition when we were children. It was at the St. Mary's Church in Whitby. There were rumors that strange noises were heard in the church some nights. The parish priest denied it, but everyone knew something was happening there. The village elders talked about the ghost of a former prior who roamed the church at night. We've always been passionate about these issues. And like the good rascals we were, we snuck into the church one night, hoping to see a ghost. Childhood fantasies, you know. We sat on one of the benches closest to the exit, just in case. We were there in the dark for over 3 hours with nothing happening. But suddenly we saw the benches near the altar starting to move on their own. A dark silhouette materialized and began pushing the benches with violence while approaching us. We heard its voice, but we couldn't interpret what it was saying. Its tone denoted anger that scared us more than its mere presence. I don't know how we overcame the fear, but we managed to get out of there. That same night, we promised to dedicate our lives to studying these phenomena. Did you become a researcher? Oh yes, most of my life has been dedicated to research with Nelson. But we didn't succeed. Nelson had support as a forensic scientist and later as a professor at the university. He could afford something as basic as living. I needed money. Research in this field was a guarantee of starving to death. And we weren't achieving great results either. So I put aside the investigations and became Beatrice Shaw, the great medium. Nelson didn't take it very well. Although he never stopped informing me of all his progress. The last night we met at the Red Lion, he told me I had found an ideal place to investigate. Number 34 Benwell Street. Yes, I've been there. I managed to contact an entity. Are you serious? Nelson was right. We have to go back there and conduct a thorough investigation. Those idiots who want to shut down the department will have no choice but to eat their words. Oh, we're arriving. Hopefully we'll find Nelson sleeping soundly in his workshop, unaware of all that's happening. Professor? There seems to be no one here. Let me try. Nelson, you fool! Open this blasted door! All of London's looking for you. I'll open it. Nobody's in here. He's not here. Should search the laboratory. Maybe there's something that will give us a clue to his whereabouts. Good idea. I think the light switch is nearby. Where? Ah, here it is. Let there be lights! Let's turn this place upside down. Technical drawings. Let's look there. Oh! It can't be! Beatrice? What have you found? Come take a look at this. Is this what I think it is? The Box of Revelations. Nelson couldn't stop talking about it. High-tech machinery that can reveal the hidden. A real-time viewer of the beyond. A fantasy. We theorized a lot about this device. But we gave up when we assumed it was impossible to build it with existing technology. However, from what I see, it seems the professor found the key. If we connect... Oh my god. Of course! It could work! Take a close look at this document. I read designed by Professor Nelson Ward and Professor Patrick Moore. The core part of the machine is based on my electromagnetic wave booster. Thanks to it, I've been able to contact Thomas Highmore at the old Benwell Street house. Several names associated with parts of the machine. Let's take a look. One of those pieces would fit into a side spring. Eugene Wood. Does that name ring a bell? Renowned photographer specializing in post-mortem images, mourning portraits, photographs of the deceased for their family's remembrance. I find it a distasteful practice. I hope they do not photograph me like that when I die. I stated in my will that I want to be cremated and emptied down some drain. I hope my last wish is fulfilled. I think that place is a photographic plate. So the Box of Revelations is to visually record the surroundings. Contain ectoplasm, correct? You're right. The materialization of certain elements from the beyond we have theorized that if treated and enhanced could be a strong conduit for displaying that invisible reality. But Florence Cook, she's an even more fraudulent medium than you, if I may be so bold. Florence Cook could manifest an entity called Katie King through her body. And yes, it was proven to be a fraud, as a professor knew it. So I'm concerned about entrusting the collection of ectoplasm to Florence Cook. This here. Geometric figure. For the Box of Revelation to be autonomous, we needed significant power. Various generators we were unsuccessful. Nelson found an alternative. Silas Bennett, a reputable yet eccentric archaeologist. He spends much of his time searching for artifacts out of time and place. This has led to a rather dubious reputation. UPARTs, that's what they call them. An acronym for out-of-place artifacts. Interesting. Relations to reality. You'll be able to prove to those skeptics on the board that you were right. Come with me. Caught my attention, but I didn't know what it was until I saw the plan for Box of Revelations. Missing adjustments and some elements that could be improved. I could take care of that while you get the missing pieces. Suspend our search. We're at a dead end. Waste time wandering around London, or we can save your department at the university. We'll worry about Nelson later. We can try it at Benwell Street. Sample. Spiritual section. She has her cabinet on Larkhall Lane. Ben has the key to making the machines autonomous. Where we can locate them. An office at the London Archaeological Society. Gene Wood. And this is about a photographic plate, and we can visit Nelson for that. Time to wait. Four cases. Okay, if I need it, I'll come back here with those cases. Blueprint, we have the switch. Quite the list to track down. And to be honest with you, I know I normally go for 3 hours. We're like maybe 10 minutes short here. I feel it heavy. Shopping list, we'll call it this. I'm just feeling a bit heavy. We're going to just go over to just chatting for a second here. And I know I have to call it like 10 minutes early. I don't like doing that, but it's just, I am so tired. And I was yawning a bit. And a lot of the talking with this game can wear out on you. It's not that I don't think we can beat this game, but I want to send you off to somebody. I'll still be on Wednesday at the regular time. I think we are going to go... Who do I want to go to? You know what? I don't get a chance to raid. I haven't seen the Thunderfoot brothers in quite a while. And that's who we're going to go raid. Because he's playing some spooky games. And I want to see Sane's new place. I haven't had the chance to raid in a while. But that's where we're going to go. So DWX, thank you for watching. We will be back with more. I'm just waiting for this ad to end, and then we're going to jump in and say hello to Sane, who's in a new place now. And thank you for watching, everybody. We will be back on Wednesday, probably late at night, but let's go say hi to Sane. Have a good one. Take care.